Hey folks, my wife and I recently cruised on Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas with my family and had a 4-night getaway from Port Canaveral, Florida to the Bahamas. And we had a blast. If you're watching this video, it could be because you're looking for your next cruise or you're looking for specific information on Utopia of the Seas. Regardless, I'm glad you found this channel. In this video, we're indulging in two of the best parts of any cruise: eating way too much food and watching dynamic top-level shows without leaving the ship. When it comes to food and entertainment, this ship does not mess around. So folks, let's get started. So the focus of this review is to give you the tips and the insights to make your experience more enjoyable so you can get the most out of your cruising experience. Without further ado, let's get started. Fun fact, did you know that Utopia of the Seas has more bars and dining venues than any other ship in Royal Caribbean's fleet? So yes, technically, you can eat and drink your way across the ship and call it cardio. Now let's get to the good stuff, the food. Utopia of the Seas features 21 different dining options. That's basically a new place for every hour you're awake on this cruise, which, let's be honest, is a generous estimate, but not all of them are included in the cost of the cruise. Now don't get me wrong, there are more than enough eating venues to choose from, which are complimentary, but there are about 10 premium restaurants, which I will list here, and later I'll highlight one which I think is pretty unique. Now first, let's talk about the primary complimentary eating venues. That's the main dining room and the Windjammer Marketplace. The main dining room is where classic cruise elegance meets your endless appetite. You know, you're treated like with white tablecloth service, a rotating menu with options like escargot, filet mignon, and seafood pasta. And no, they don't judge you if you order 2 entrees and pretend it's for the table. Breakfast and lunch are also served here on sea days with a quieter and more relaxed vibe than the buffet. Complimentary drinks include tea, coffee, water, juices like orange juice, apple juice, and cranberry. Perfect for rinsing down your third croissant. With my experience, our servers were top notch, and the primary waiter was very experienced. He brought us extra entrees, desserts, and even cut my mother's meat for her. He also kept us entertained at each meal, telling us a joke and even a few card tricks. There were daily dinner dress themes like Caribbean attire one night, all white another night, toga, etc. But in the end, it really didn't matter, as few people adhered to these themes and just wore what they wanted. This was a great way to feel fancy without having to dress fancy. Now, if the main dining room is fine dining, then the Windjammer Marketplace is the cruise version of controlled chaos. This buffet is massive, with international stations, made-to-order omelets, carving stations, and themed dinners. Want Indian curry? Got it. Barbecue ribs, mac and cheese at 10 a.m.? Well, you're on vacation, so it's allowed. Breakfasts are especially popular with endless coffee, hot tea, and juices like mango, guava, and apple. And of course, bacon for as far as you can see. I know I mentioned this in an early video, but we'll highlight it again. Make sure you make it to the Windjammer during the first lunch of your cruise, as it's the only meal which features all-you-can-eat lobster tails. You will not see this feature again on this cruise, so take advantage of it. Utopia Station is another specialty restaurant which is an additional cost. It gave the experience of being on an old train passing through the Wild West, where the windows are actually screens, scenery crossing the Wild Wild West. It even had characters passing through your meal. So if you like the Wild Wild West, you'll want to make a reservation. Book fast because it sells out quickly. Fun fact number 2. Utopia of the Seas is Royal Caribbean's first Oasis-class ship to be entirely powered by liquefied natural gas, making it one of the cleanest large cruise ships at sea for when you want to overindulge to be environmentally conscious. All right, folks, let's move on to the nightlife and entertainment. So when night falls, Utopia of the Seas turns into a floating Vegas, minus the regrets and way better towel animals. So there's something happening in every corner of the ship. So here's a list of some of the nightly entertainment options. But folks, what I want to highlight are the premium shows on board, which are just dynamite. to be honest, which is the only way I roll, I would put these premium shows close to the level of Broadway, but not at the level of Broadway, and slightly a step below the level of Cirque du Soleil. Very skilled, but not quite to that level. So with that said, these are the best shows I've seen on any cruise ship. Hands down. All in, and Studio B is an ice show. If James Bond met Disney on ice, this is what you'd get. It's a high energy show that combines casino themed storytelling with jaw-dropping skating performances. The cast really brings the heat, and a few double axles. So while navigating the world on high stakes glamour, it's like a fast-paced, glitzy, Vegas, freezing cold, absolutely kind of coexist. All right, that didn't really come out. But next I want to talk about Youtopia. It's like stepping into a dream, a wild, surreal one where gravity doesn't matter and everyone's extremely flexible. It's a Cirque du Soleil style spectacle with aerial dancers, acrobatics, and a psychedelic light show that'll have you questioning whether your drink package included hallucinogens. One highlight I haven't seen before was choreography integrated with drone swarm technology. Really cool. The story explores a whimsical utopian world, which honestly feels a lot like this cruise once the chocolate lava cake hits. Visually stunning and totally immersive. The other one I want to talk about is AquaTheater. So think 80s music with a bit of extreme water sport. AquaTheater is set in an open-air theater and features high-level divers, trampoline stunts, synchronized swimming, and more neon than a 1980s roller rink. Oh, I know about 1980s roller rinks. The soundtrack is packed with 80s bangers. Nothing pairs better with a 30-foot dive than Huey Lewis in the News' Small World. It's wet, wild, and wonderfully over the top. All of it you'll love. Let me mention how the booking works with some of the premium entertainment. About 2 months before you sail, Royal Caribbean opens your cruise to begin reserving tickets for you and your party. Even though the shows are all open seating, reservation holders enter the theater first, and then closer to the start of the show, the non-reservation holders who have been waiting on a separate line will fill in any available seats. So make sure that you download the Royal Caribbean app and turn on notifications so you can make your reservation. Utopia of the Seas really lives up to its name here. Whether you're glamorously participating in one of the many all-you-can-eat venues or getting blown away by a high-stage dive, there's never a dull moment. If you plan to cruise on Utopia of the Seas and have a question, drop it in the comments below. I hope you got something out of this video. And if you did, please show me some appreciation with a like. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on videos like this. Folks, farewell for now.